Well, how the association came about in meeting Mr. Gordy is he was at the audition, he was listening to all the groups that came in, and for some reason he seemed to have taken a liking to our group. He said it was because there was a girl in the group. The other thing is that I had on my United States Marine Corps uniform. So I think everybody was wondering, well, what is she doing? Why is she here? Whatever. So when that occurred and he was listening to our songs after we were rejected by the other gentleman, and he started to work with us, from that day on, we just became, and he and Smokey just became instant friends. His association with music was the fact that he was a songwriter, and he had written some hit tunes for Jackie Wilson. And we were actually at the Jackie Wilson recording studio, and Mr. Wilson actually came and took a look at us and kind of like smiled and walked around, you know. And of course, we all knew who Jackie Wilson was, but I can tell you, I did not know who Berry Gordy was, because he was a songwriter, and usually you don't know who songwriters are. But there was a magazine called Hit Parade, and in that magazine, they had all the lyrics of all the songs that they had, but they also carried the songs with the writers' names. And that's how Smokey knew who Berry Gordy was, because his name was listed, and he had a real affinity for becoming a songwriter. Well, in our first meeting, Mr. Gordy, to me, I thought he was just another one of the young gentlemen, because, you know, he was, I think he was about 5'6", 5 feet 6 inches tall. So he looked very young, even younger than his years. So I thought that he was closer to our age rather than, you know, several years older. And, you know, I just thought he was some guy listening in or looking around, you know. I didn't know really at that time, Smokey anyway, thought he was famous already. So with me not knowing who he was, but he was always very nice and very patient, because he listened to about 5 songs and kind of gave Smokey his first lesson in becoming a songwriter, is that all songs have to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And when you're a young songwriter and thinking that you really know what you're doing, you're all over the place. The ending is probably in the middle, and the beginning is at the end. So he helped him to, I always say, his first official songwriting lesson.